Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in inviting up on stage Mr. Bhuvan Dahal, the Chief Executive Officer, Sanima Bank.
What is the current banking situation of Nepal? Good, bad? Not bad, not good. That is what is the general reaction. And because of the credit crunch, most of the people say maybe it is bad. Now let's look at the statistics and we come to know whether the current situation is good, bad, or what are the problems, what are the issues and challenges. We'll discuss that. Let's look at number of banks and finance institutions in Nepal. In fact, modern banking started in Nepal in 1937 with the establishment of Nepal Bank Limited. Till 1980, there were only two commercial banks and two development banks. Now, let's go to this stage. There are 28 commercial banks today and 33 development banks, 25 finance companies as of mid-July 2018. But if we look at the statistics of mid-April 2019, there is further reduction. Commercial bank's number is intact, but development bank has declined by 1, and similarly finance company has gone down by 24. But if you look at finance, D-class microfinance or development institutions, their number has exponentially grown. Till 1990, there were no D-class banks in Nepal, but today there are around 91. And still, there are some applications at Nepal Rashtra Bank. Nepal Rashtra Bank is in a process of giving license to some more D-class banks, so that number is ever increasing there. On one hand, NRB is giving license for new D-class banks. At the same time, they are asking them to go for merger and acquisitions. And now we have been hearing the news of big merger. We'll discuss that later. So let's look at number of branches now. As of mid-April 2019, ABC alone have around 4,736 branches. So when we talk about access to finance, there are 27 million deposit accounts. There must be duplication and triplications also there. But nevertheless, now Nepal Rashtra Bank Research Department Executive Director is here, and he must have made a lot of good presentations here, and they are now analyzing exactly how many people have accounts in banks and finance institutions. Maybe that report format has come to all the banks. Nepal Rashtra Bank is analyzing that. After that, we come to know how many people have accounts, how many have duplicate accounts, how many have 3 or 4 accounts. All this data will be available after some time. But currently, what we can say is banks and finance institutions are there in almost all local bodies also. Maybe around 20. Sir, around 20 finances local body maybe only around 20. Otherwise, banks and finance institutions have got their branches in almost all local bodies also. There are 3,188 ATMs also. Now let's look at the health of bank. Earlier we analyzed what is the access to finance. Now let's look at the health of the banks. One of the parameters to look at health of the bank is capital adequacy ratio. This is the latest statistics. This may not be audited, but maybe the data of mid-July and mid-July were audited, be that of 2012 or 2018. In case of 2019 mid-April, this is unaudited data, but still, if we look at capital adequacy ratio, that is 13.99%. In case of commercial banks, it is 13.59. Development banks, it is 16.21. And in case of finance companies, way high, 18.63. In fact, the requirement for commercial banks now is 11% only. Compared to that, average of most of the banks is really good. Maybe there is no bank, in fact, having capital adequacy ratio less than 11%. So all the banks have made central bank's requirement. And if we look at the average also, there is 2.59% surplus. In case of commercial banks, development bank also huge surplus, and finance companies huge surplus. One of the reasons could be increment in paid-up capital by 4 times few years back. So in terms of capital adequacy ratio, all the banks are well capitalized. Let's look at gross NPL. When we talk about gross NPL of Nepal, maybe most of the people don't trust that. When we talk about South Asian region, NPL in South Asia is really high. Even if we talk about India, it is around 7 to 8%. In case of Nepal, in commercial banks, as of mid-April 2019, NPL, average NPL is just 1.71%. And 10-12 banks have NPL less than 1%. I have not come across any bank as of mid-April 2019 having NPL more than 5%. This itself shows the strength of banking sector here in Nepal. In case of B also, even it is better than that. And in case of C, it appears to be really on a higher side, 9.99%. It could be because there are so many problematic finance companies, they might have contributed to this high level of NPL. On an average, it is 1.83%, and whenever Nepal Raष्ट्र Bank people have to interact with the IMF people always ask this question, is it really true? And whenever IMF people visit Nepal Bank Association also, that will be their first question. But we are pretty confident that maybe there could be deviation or manipulation of around 1% by some banks, but still this is not on a higher side. Let's look at liquidity ratio. We have been facing credit crunch for last 3 years consecutively, but still, if we analyze from liquidity angle, banks are well liquid.
To our keynote speaker, Mr. Bhuvan Kumar Dahal, the CEO of Sanima Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, let's extend our beat of gratitude. Thank you, sir. Thank you.